Guys, my Christmas lights, they work. It's like the middle of the night, so I'm kind of being quiet, but I also don't have to be that quiet because these mics, they handle noise well. Setting up the phone is going to be more difficult. I really hope it doesn't fall. Sitting right there. Okay, so I'm somebody who is relatively chill, right? If I get betrayed, I'm more the type to just let go of that person. Learn my lesson, let go of them, get them out of my life. I won't seek vengeance or anything like that. Simply because I don't. A younger version of me would have definitely tried to do something, right? But as I've grown older, I've realized just holding on to that anger, holding on to that resentment, it's draining and it takes a lot out of you. And that's something that you learn with age, with maturity, with experience, everything else. And I'm still learning to let go of certain things. I'm still learning to let go of certain people who I've, let go of my life, but they've just hurt me in a way where it's like, I'm kind of scrambled, right? But the thing is, I'm managing it, right? The thing is, with that experience is also a telltale sign that I've experienced betrayal before. I've experienced being hurt. I've experienced being lied to. I've experienced, somebody who I thought I loved, then doing everything in their power to disrespect and harm me and harm our relationship and everything else. And something that I've come to realize is people who are going to betray you are going to betray you, right? A partner who is going to cheat on you was going to cheat on you from the beginning. And trust me, there is probably nothing that you could have done or changed to have fixed that. And that's scary. And I don't mean to scare you, right? I don't mean to be brooding. I don't mean to be cynicistic. I don't mean to be nihilistic, or that's probably not the right word. But cynicism definitely is. I don't mean to be cynical. That's the right word. I said cynicistic. I don't mean to be cynical, right? Because there's bad people out in the world and there's also good people. But unfortunately, the bad people are going to remain bad people. And it's coded in their behavior, right? I was lucky enough to find out that a person I was betrayed by, somebody who knew them from a long time ago, they told me that they've always been like that. And I was never told that by anybody else. But for a decent amount of time, there was a point where they made me feel insecure because I thought I wasn't doing enough to help them, to cater with them, to communicate with them, to build a better connection with that person, right? And unfortunately, that person just happened to be like that. They happen to be harmful. They happen to have hurtful tendencies, and I just got roped into it. It was nothing personal. So, for the more obvious topic that happens a lot is cheating. Cheating in relationships, infidelity, etc. We can't always predict when it's going to happen. We can't always, look at somebody and say, yeah, this person's a cheater without, some sort of background. And unfortunately, too, is that when we're in love, we also get blinded. We get really blinded. So we start to ignore things. We start to ignore red flags. And we don't sober up until, the end of the honeymoon phase and whatnot. And again, you learn with time, right? And some of those red flags aren't always red flags, but maybe learn behaviors that somebody else has to grow out of, i.e. the other partner. But let's just say in this case, that partner is a cheater. Trust me, it doesn't matter how good you are of a partner. They would have done it anyways. And that is to say that there are a lot of people I know out there, And if you're watching this video, then I'm sure you're one of them, who have been damn good partners. They have, catered to that person's every need. They've listened to their favorite songs, their favorite books, their favorite movies. They've learned their favorite foods. They've learned what they can and can't tolerate. They've learned their body language. They've learned how to love them. They've learned when to give them space, when to be more inward on that person. They've learned, everything about them vocally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, sexually, relationships are very complex things, and there's a lot of people out there who have devoted a lot of time just to learn about another person, and the truth is that they get it spot on, right? I was one of those people, and I'm gonna tell y'all what I was told by a coworker, essentially saying that you love that person so hard, and you gave them everything. You were able to, compensate. You were able to listen. You were able to practice with empathy. A lot of people don't listen. A lot of people don't apologize, and you were probably able to do that when making a mistake. And because of that, you deserve to return that love to yourself, but also imagine what it's going to be like when that same love is actually returned from you. Imagine how good that's going to be, because you deserve that. You don't deserve to be hurt. You don't deserve to be brooded. You don't deserve to be betrayed. You don't deserve to be cheated on, right? And the truth is, like I said, it doesn't matter how good of a partner you are. There is something on their end that they're not working on. There's something on their end that is fundamentally wrong with them, to the point where they disrespect you. Whether it's a morale issue, whether it is an anxiety issue, whether it's a legitimate psychological issue, whether it's not knowing how to manage their emotions or approach the situation or just be honest with you. Because I understand the rise of polyamory and whatnot, but that still has to be communicated. You don't deserve to be lied to. You don't deserve to be betrayed, and you don't deserve to be disrespected. So, yeah, it sucks, but I hope you understand that what I'm saying is, there wasn't any amount of anything that you were doing wrong in that situation if you got cheated on. And take that with a grain of salt too. There's always room for us to improve. There's always room for us to grow as people. There's always room for us to develop ourselves, especially for the people we love, right? But cheaters are going to cheat. If you got cheated on, they're going to do it to somebody else. They would have likely done it to somebody else already if they haven't. It's something that's so commonly well known for people to think like, oh, cheating is a bad thing, right? People know what they're doing. If somebody betrays you, most of the time they know they're doing it. So don't take it personally. And I'm sure that person, whoever did it to you, it's not personal, right? If you had been put in a situation where you realized a younger version of you was immature, and it might have sparked that decision in your partner, trust me, unloyalty is unloyalty. They still betrayed you, right? But B, you can still grow from that self. And the fact is that you're able to grow from something that was so prominently shown to you as something that you definitely need to work on. And you now have the ability to move forward with that thing that you're working on with somebody who could potentially be better instead of your now cheating partner. That is a blessing in disguise. Cheating hurts. It sucks. It sucks to be love bombed and lied to. But not being with those people anymore is also a blessing in disguise. You don't need that kind of negative energy around you. You don't need that kind of betrayal. you need to be able to trust, and you need to be able to have vulnerability, right? So, yeah. I guess this is a shorter video. How long is this? 10 minutes? Yeah. I don't know. I just see it as a prominent thing nowadays, and it sucks. But part of me wholeheartedly believes that there are still good people out there. I truly want to believe that. And you could be one of them. So, don't lose that gusto. Okay?